Hi guys, today we're gonna go ahead and do a multi-review on all of these phones. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't mind the CRT monitor, that's from the 90s. So, you know, a lot of times I don't have time to do a full review for you guys for all these different phones. Number one, I don't have enough time. Number two, if I want to do a review, I really want to spend the time on it, and sometimes it's hard to make the time. But today, for some reason, I brought all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phones with me. And I'm going to go ahead and just spend a minute on each of these phones and show you the strength and weaknesses. All right, or just talk about it. All right, so first up, I'm just going to go in random fashion. I've got the OnePlus 6. Really like this phone. Great camera. Camera lives up to the standard. Price is about $100, $200 cheaper than most phones out there. Also the thinnest phone out. I don't know if you guys know this. It's actually the thinnest phone. And let me take it out of the case. And they have very good cases also, by the way. This is a OnePlus carbon fiber. OnePlus has always been also good for rooting, unlocking bootloader. It does not void the warranty. So that's another reason I like these phones. And yeah, the notch you can get rid of. I don't mind the notch so much. Very fast, 8 gigs of RAM. You're not gonna be disappointed with the camera. The only thing you might be disappointed is the speakers. It's not too loud. Also, it doesn't have official IP68 rating, but supposedly you could take it in the spa. I haven't, due to the fact that there's no IP68 rating. Yeah, very good display, dual SIMs. You can't go wrong with this one. This is definitely one of my top 5 phones. All right, next we got the Mi8. Sorry, I didn't power it on here. There is like one speaking case that sell on Amazon when I got this. I really love this case. That's what I'm using on. Very similar to the OnePlus 6. It's actually cheaper, $420. I think this is actually one of the best deals out there. I've got it running on AT&T. Compared to the Pocophone, it is like $120 more. If you're gonna get the Pocophone, you wanna get something that's stable, 4G LTE working, I would definitely get this. You get a much better display. Also, very thin phone. One of the probably second thinnest phone that I got this year. Design isn't really unique. I mean, the camera design is straight off iPhone. That's not my favorite part, but at $420, this is the best phone you can buy for $420. And I also like the 420 number. Display is great, MIUI is not bad, and also you can unlock the bootloader on this and install custom ROM, which I'm gonna do soon. Camera is also very good. HDR camera, low light. I did a camera comparison. It is almost as good as the flagships. In some instances, this actually kills the Pixel 2 in my comparison. So camera, no problem. Calls very good. Also dual SIM. Yeah, the only thing missing, no micro SD card slot, all right? Battery life is very good. Of course, the notch is horrible. The notch is so horrible that you don't get any notifications, so you'll have to swipe down. It's a very good phone. Also has a dedicated front IR camera for 3D facial recognition. Now, only thing, you have to change your region to India, then it'll work, which is kind of funny. But at $420, you can't get better than this. All right, Pixel 3, I've got the Incipio case. Incipio sent me. Thank you very much, Incipio, for sending me this case. People always ask me about cases, you know, let's get a bunch of free cases. I really like the white color on the Pixel 3. Really like the green button. Now, because Google launches their phones so late in the year, it is always gonna be a little overpriced. You're gonna be still paying a lot more for the same thing. And by the time February, March comes around, there's gonna be Snapdragon 850. But you're really buying this phone for Google's technology. And this year, IP68 rating, Pixel 3, you get a 16:9 display. Whereas previous Pixel 2 and original Pixel, they were like really watered down version of the XL versions. This year, not so much. It's still got a 1080p screen, but other than that, it pretty much has every feature that the XL version has this year, including stereo speakers that are actually more balanced than the 3XL. This is a very good small phone for those of you who like small phones. You know, obviously Pixel 3 camera, you're gonna take better photos than iPhone, Galaxy Note 9, anything else out there. Pixel phones are always been king of smartphone photography. All right, one thing missing, of course, micro SD card missing on all Pixel phones in the past and now. One thing I don't like about this phone, there is no recents button. So it's hard to really switch really fast between two phones. For example, if I'm on Facebook and Instagram on my Galaxy Note 9 that I got here, sorry, LG V40, I have too many phones. You can go ahead and just tap the button twice. This is the fastest shortcut that I use all the time. Whatever app you're on, you want to go to previous app, Just tap the recent button and boom shakalaka, you're back. With Google's new no recent button, and you can't even put the old buttons back, I mean, we'll figure out a way eventually, but for right now, that I don't really like about. But all the Pixels are hybrid phones, meaning you can get CDMA and GSM. You can use it on AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, and Google Fi. But I still like this phone because you're gonna get all of the Google's latest features, especially the Pixel 3 camera, the night sight, and a lot more. Sorry if I've been going over a minute, but so next up, Pixel XL. If you like big phones, you like the 6.3 inch, you don't want Samsung's UI, you want a big phone, but you don't want Samsung's UI, you wanna stay on the straight, pure Android. You wanna get the latest updates as soon as it comes out. Now with the Pixel phones, you're gonna get all the updates quicker. There's been people saying there's unbalanced sound. Now that's an issue with a lot of phones. That doesn't really bother me. A lot of phones are designed so you get a lot more treble and bass from the right side. So it might not be even, but it is super loud and I like it. Now, like I said, compared to the Pixel 3 this year, the only real difference is the size and also the display. This display is made by Samsung. It's an AMOLED screen, whereas a regular Pixel 3 is a POLED from LG. That's the only real two differences between these two phones, really the screen size and the screen type. And both POLED, AMOLED, they're gonna give you the brightest screens, very good viewing angles. This year you got wireless charging between both, but this year you can definitely choose between the Pixel and the Pixel XL. And it's really a size preference. All right, next up is Galaxy Note 9, probably the best big phablet you can buy every year. I've owned every Note from Galaxy Note 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, not 6, 7. And this year is sort of an incremental upgrade, but yeah, this is the best it's gonna get if you want all the features. The S Pen especially. My dad just upgraded to the Galaxy Note 9, and you know, the Bluetooth, you know, there's no one else doing what Samsung's doing with the Galaxy Note. If you need a big screen, if you need an S Pen, if you're an old guy, if you're a CEO, if you're an artist, this will simply work out for you because it's got a great screen, you know, a ton of features, Samsung Pay if you use it, a bunch of health stuff. You can measure how fat you are, you can measure your heart rate, all of the Samsung features built right in. And this year, Samsung finally got it right. They got the fingerprint sensor in the right location. Also, very good intelligent scan. You have multiple choice of iris scan, facial scan, fingerprint scan. This phone has most type of security you can think of. This is like the Swiss Army XL of smartphones. If you're talking about a phone that has more features than any other phone in the world, this is it. All right, let's go with the LG V40. This is the first smartphone that has 5 cameras. While its low light performance is nothing compared to something like a Pixel 3, but the fact that you have wide angle, telephoto, and a regular back camera makes it super versatile in places like, let's say you go to a nightly concert. With a Pixel 3, you might get very, very good photos. If you want to get a 10x zoom shot, no, you can't. If you want to get a wide angle with all of your friends, no, you can't with the back camera in high resolution. This phone will allow you to do it. All right, if you have good lighting, this will beat the Pixel 3 any freaking day. Never mind, the manual mode also has, for concert music, it's got 3 microphones. One on the top, one on the bottom, one the earpiece. The one the earpiece used for concerts, when you have very, very loud sound, you're gonna get this buzzing sound. You're not gonna be able to record any audio in any of these other smartphones. All right, with the LG, you're gonna be able to do it. If you have headphones that usually have to use an amp to, you know, raise the volume, this is gonna be able to do it without all that. Now the case I have on here, as some of you know, because I'm still waiting for case companies to send me cases, this is a Note 9 case that I've DIY'd so I could protect my phone. When it comes to LG, it's sort of a different beast. And also wide angle. I mean, LG invented wide angle. Pixel 3 has wide angle. Where'd that come from? From the LG phones, yo. So give them credit. They're also the world's first company to come out with 18:9 aspect ratio with the LG G6. A lot of times they're on the forefront, but people forget about it. So don't forget about LG G40. It's still an excellent phone. It just has different uses. All right, lastly but not least, I've got the Pocophone, which I'll have a review of soon. I really love this phone. For 300 bucks, you cannot beat it. And even the US, I picked this one up for 340 bucks. The camera and sensor is pretty much nearly identical to the Mi 8. The only thing it's missing is OIS, so in low light situations, you'll get slightly blurrier photos, but it keeps up pretty much to the Mi 8. You're gonna get pretty much the same performance as the Mi 8. It's got a larger 4000 milliamp hour battery. Now, the only thing I don't like about this phone is the screen. The viewing angles are not as good. They use a cheaper LCD, and you can see sort of Sort of, it's not as bright, nowhere bright as a Mi 8. And 4G LTE bands, for those of you using in the US, it's gonna be really bad. This is the global version, and I'll drop to edge a lot of times. So I was daily driving it, and sometimes I would just straight drop to edge or 3G. I'm like, really? None of these phones will drop to edge or 3G. So that's one of the things you should remember. But if you're outside the US, if you're in Asia, Europe, I heard the bands are actually perfect for that. So you should have no problem. But is this the best phone you can buy for 300 bucks? Hell yes. If you want to save money, you don't need all those shebang, you don't need 4G LTE everywhere, you're just a mom who's checking your Facebook, Instagram, you're not using your phone for business, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. You're gonna get very good battery life, very long battery life. Again, the display is subpar. I don't like it when I'm watching videos. When I'm watching exact same 1080p videos with any of these other phones, I can totally tell a difference. Also not as bright in sunlight, but otherwise you get Snapdragon 845. It is super fast. It's also, you can root it, unlock it. I just rooted and installed MIUI 10, and you can also install Android 9.0 Pie. If you just want to get a phone to mod and root, if you want to learn about rooting, this is the ultimate router's phone. So I really like it. I'm gonna install a bunch of ROMs, have fun with it. Also, it's 300 bucks. You lose this, you're not gonna worry so much. Alright guys, it got kind of long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just a quick random comparison video. I'll try to keep doing more of these, but yeah, these are all the phones I do use on a daily basis, and I try to give you sort of a real short summary of all of these. If you do enjoy these videos, hit the thumbs up for me and I'll make them more. What is your favorite phone out of these? If you're daily driving them, please let me know the #1 reason why you use that phone, and that will help others in choosing their phone. But yeah, for those of you guys new to my channel, I've been reviewing all of the Android phones since Nexus 1 in 2011. This is my 7th year reviewing phones, and I have absolutely no reason to like another phone over another or bias. And guys, stop fighting in the comment section, this phone's better or this phone's better, because at the end of the day, Fred might like V40 because he needs that wide angle front and back camera. Maybe he's a real estate salesman who sells houses, and you know how the wide angle can give you that wide shot when you're selling houses. And maybe he has very nice headphones that he likes to listen to. This would be a perfect phone, right? And Dan just graduated out of college, he has no money, but he plays a lot of games that require the latest SD Snapdragon 845 processor. He does not want to spend more than 300 bucks. This is also dual SIM, and he used a bunch of prepaid cards. Then the Pocophone might be good for him. Alright, maybe you're a hipster, you go to the club every weekend, you wear skinny jeans, you need something super skinny. You don't care about all of this other stuff, you want the skinniest phone, alright, at a pretty good price. OnePlus 6. This is for you, alright? Hipster, club going guy, skinny jeans guy. Alright, I'm just making this up. Mi 8. You want the same thing, but a little bit cheaper. Alright, pretty much like OnePlus 6. I would say the OnePlus 6 is a tiny bit better, but for like almost $200 cheaper, you can get the Mi 8, alright? Pretty much the same thing, much cheaper. Maybe you're a guy who used Samsung, LG, you don't like any of their UIs, you've experienced all of their lag a couple of years ago when it was really bad, and you don't need any of these Samsung Gear VR, you don't use a Gear Watch, you don't use a Note, you don't need to scribble stuff on your phone, you just want to experience Android, then the Pixel might be good for you. Maybe you have small hands, the Pixel, or the Pixel XL. And lastly but not least, you're a CEO, you need the best of everything. You need to be able to write notes, you need to jot notes, you make screenshots, you need to do presentation. You need a fucking computer on your phone, right? This is a fucking computer on your phone. That's got a stylus built in, alright? This is for you, or you're an artist, alright? You need a phone that can do it all. Get the Galaxy Note 9. Anyway guys, hit the thumbs up for me, have a great day, and as always, stay on Android.
Click here to subscribe. To subscribe, 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 to subscribe.